If you've ever walked through the lobby of the Grand Floridian or Polynesian, you know top-tier Disney resorts offer incredible immersion and luxury. But if you've looked at the cash prices for those deluxe resorts lately, you know they've completely detached from reality, outpacing standard inflation and pushing well past $1,000 a night. That sticker shock drives thousands of families to look at the Disney Vacation Club. The pitch is compelling. Pay for vacations to lock in rates. But we need to ask, is DVC actually a smart long-term investment or just a very expensive timeshare mistake? To figure that out, we have to look at how DVC actually works. You aren't buying a specific week in a specific room. You are buying a deeded real estate interest that gives you an annual allotment of points. This chart shows how those points function as a currency. You pull from your central pool and spend them across 15 different resort locations, choosing between a standard studio all the way up to a massive grand villa. Once you map it out, you see how this point system functions as an alternative to the standard retail model, offering a path to those premium rooms without the sticker shock of cash rates. This graphic shows the physical difference between what you book on the hotel side versus the DVC side. On the left, a standard hotel room. On the right, a DVC villa layout at the Polynesian, which gives you significantly more square footage to breathe. Stepping up to a one-bedroom villa provides major upgrades: a full kitchen, a separate living space, and an in-unit washer and dryer. That kitchen translates directly to your bottom line. If a family of 4 orders groceries to their room and makes breakfast and coffee instead of buying it in the parks, they drop their daily food budget by $50 to $100 a day. But there is a clear trade-off here. Making breakfast and doing loads of laundry means you are introducing household chores into what is supposed to be a luxury vacation. So while the villas give you the tools to cut down your daily out-of-pocket expenses for food and laundry, accessing them requires a massive upfront capital commitment. When you decide to buy that contract, you immediately face a fork in the road. You can buy direct from Disney, or you can buy a contract from an existing owner on the secondary resale market. Buying direct from Disney costs roughly $250 per point. Resale costs closer to $120, but notice the top section's compounding. No matter how you buy, you owe annual maintenance dues of $8 to $12 per point every single year. Disney pushes the direct option hard by offering exclusive Blue Card perks, like merchandise discounts and access to their newest resorts. But you are paying a 60 to 100% premium for those privileges. Going the resale route slashes your upfront capital cost in half. The catch is that Disney restricts resale points, meaning you won't be allowed to book rooms at certain newer properties like the Riviera Resort. When you lay the numbers out side by side, buying direct forces you to overpay so drastically that the purchase breaks down as a financial investment. The math only starts to make sense when you cut the principal cost through the resale market. To see if resale actually saves you money, we have to find your break-even point. That is the year the total cash spent on your DVC contract drops below what you would have spent paying cash for hotel rooms. This 20-year graph shows a standard 200-point contract. It takes 8 to 15 years for DVC costs to drop below cash rates, but rising annual dues create an upward curve, pushing the break-even intersection further to the right, delaying your return. Committing to that timeframe introduces severe lifestyle risk. Over 10 or 15 years, your family size changes, kids leave for college, and you might simply want a vacation somewhere other than Florida. Ultimately, DVC is not an investment that yields a financial return. It is a prepaid vacation expense that only produces real savings if your family's travel habits remain perfectly static for over a decade. There is a third option that bypasses that decade-long commitment entirely: renting points from existing owners. Through dedicated rental brokers, you can pay a current owner $20 to $25 per point to book a room for you, without you ever signing a deed or taking on annual dues. This quadrant chart illustrates the advantage. Renting points lands in the highly favorable low-cost zone, distinctly separated from paying cash or buying direct. You secure a deluxe villa for $500 to $1,000 less than Disney's official cash rate. But this strategy comes with serious constraints. To get those rates, you have to accept incredibly strict cancellation policies, and you generally have to pay the entire balance of the trip up front. Plus, at the end of your rented stay, you pack your bags and go home. You hold no real estate asset and retain no future value. Renting points gets you the exact same luxury experience as ownership. The difference is you are strategically transferring all the long-term financial risk and the maintenance obligations back to the deeded owner. So how do you choose? Buying a resale contract makes the most sense for families of 5 or more who absolutely require one-bedroom spaces and who are firmly committed to visiting a Disney property every 1 to 2 years. Renting points is ideal for travelers who want deluxe accommodations at a discount but refuse to carry the burden of a 10-year contract and rising annual dues. And then there is the category of who should absolutely walk away. You should never buy directly from Disney while sitting in a sales presentation without doing your own independent math first. A premium Disney vacation is entirely dependent on matching your accommodation strategy to how your family actually travels, choosing hard numbers over the emotional pull of the sales pitch. The reality is that the Disney Vacation Club is not a magical life hack for cheap travel. It is a rigid financial tool that demands strict adherence to the math. Here at My Disney Brain, we know that objective, math-based planning is the only reliable way to protect your family's travel budget from spiraling out of control. Before you sign a contract or book a room, you need to sit down and calculate your own personalized break-even horizon. If you want the exact formulas to do that, you can use the calculators inside our Disney Budget Master Workbook to run the precise numbers for your family. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our regular uploads every Tuesday and Friday. The experience inside the parks is absolutely magical, but to truly enjoy it without financial stress, the planning has to be rooted in honest math.